If you're a teacher watching this and you've ever thought, I'll worry about investing later, this video is for you. Because I've had these conversations with fellow teachers, real conversations. I've stood in line at conferences to talk about retirement, and I've had teachers 9 years into their career, I'm not there yet, I'll get to it later. Teachers who are incredible at what they do, teachers who have spent hours and years pouring into their students, giving everything they have to their classrooms. And then one day they log into PERA, into their retirement numbers, and realize I'm not where I thought I'd be. And by then, catching up feels almost impossible. Today, I want to give you a bit of a wake-up call. I'm not here to scare you. I just want to wake you up a little bit because the math on this can be brutal and the cost of waiting is bigger than most teachers realize. So first off, welcome back to Classrooms to Cashflow, where I help teachers think differently about money, retirement, and building their financial freedom. I'm not here to sell you the hype. I'm here because I've spent time researching this, learning how this works, and I love having real conversations with teachers who are waking up to the reality of their financial situations. And what I keep seeing is this. Teachers are some of the most dedicated people I know. And too many of us are underestimating the power of time. Let me show you something here. Let's say you're a new teacher. Maybe you're in your first 5 years and you decided to invest $100 a month. That's it, $100. At an average 8% return for 30 years, this is what happens. Your personal contribution of $36,000 turns into $134,000. Let that sink in. You only put in $36,000. That other nearly $100,000 came from compound growth, not from working harder, not from picking the perfect investment, not from getting lucky. It's just time. Now let's raise it to $1,000 a month. Over the same 30 years at the same 8%, that's roughly $1.3 million. Now that, my friends, is life-changing. And the crazy part, the difference isn't intelligence. It isn't salary. It's literally just starting. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable. Let's say you're around 40-ish, mid-40s even. You've been teaching for years, and you've been trusting that PERA will be able to handle your retirement. Then one day you log in, run the numbers, and you realize, holy crap, I'm behind. I've had this vision of this conversation with fellow teachers many times. I'm just a teacher. I don't have to worry about it. I'm bad with numbers. I'll get there when I get there. I'm not at retirement age yet. That thought of, wait, is this enough? Now let's do the same math. If you want to reach the same $134,000 in 10 years, you now have to invest $775 every month. Not $100, $775. And if you want that same 1.3 million, here's the hard truth. You need to contribute $7,750 every month. That's more than some teachers make in a month bringing home in their salary. That's not just I'll cut back on coffee. That's a complete financial overhaul. And that is what the cost of waiting is. Teachers, this is the part where we have to be honest. We spend our entire careers teaching students that small actions today create bigger outcomes tomorrow. We teach them to start early. We teach them to build good habits. And we teach them to think for the long term, not just one project at a time, but think about the entire semester or even year. But when it comes to our finances, how many of us delay? How many of us avoid? We assume that retirement will somehow work itself out. It won't. I'm sorry. But awareness matters. Action matters. Time matters. And if this part of the video makes you uncomfortable, good. Because discomfort creates the change that we're looking for. How many of us do the same thing with our students? We get them a little bit uncomfortable. We have these hard conversations with them. We have to stop saying, I'll deal with it later. Later can be expensive. Now, here's the good news. This is fixable. Maybe not overnight. If you're early in your teaching career, you have the incredible advantage of time. Use it. Even if you just start off with $50 for the first 2 years of teaching, and then you build up, you have the time to start. If you're mid-career and feeling behind, don't spiral. Get clear, get honest, and get moving. It's time to start taking action. Progress beats panic any day, right? Once again, think of your classrooms. You've got that kid who panics, and sometimes they panic themselves into not doing anything. So don't panic. And if you're near retirement and you realize changes need to happen, knowledge is still power. Awareness lets you make informed decisions, but pretending the numbers don't matter doesn't help anybody. So here's what I want you to do this week. Log into PERA and actually look at your projected retirement income. Don't do it next week. Do it this week. Step 2. What I want you to do next week is ask yourself, will this amount of money support the retirement that I actually want? Having this information and having this forward-thinking desire, this helps you kind of set some things out. The next step I want you to take is find an amount that you can set on auto contribution, right? Maybe it's $50 to just get you started. Maybe it's the 100, but just start, right? Start somewhere. Number 4 is if you still have that time on your hands, increase it every year. If you don't have that time on your hands, increase it a little bit more. Small increases become massive ones over time. So here's the thing. This isn't about becoming rich. This is about buying options. The options to retire when you want. The option to teach because you love it, not because you have to. The option to create freedom. If this hits home, I want you to comment below time. And if you're a teacher who wants more real conversations like this, practical, financial, educational, built for educators, subscribe to Classrooms to Cashflow because your future deserves more than hope. It deserves a plan. And I've got one for you on the next video. We'll see you then.